Hi, I wanted to tell my story in regards to the FND journey I've been on for the last 2 years. It's been a struggle, but I am incredibly grateful that I have now started to learn how to live with my symptoms. And so I am trying to give back and help advocate about FND and help others. My story started with me losing the ability to see properly. And so my vision depth and near vision started to be distorted, and everything looked a lot closer than it was, and everything that was further out seemed a lot further out. It was a struggle of a period for me of about 2 weeks, and I had nausea, vertigo, but that was really the start of the symptoms. I mean, the year prior to that was pretty horrendous. I had 3 weeks of horrible COVID, and then I broke my foot, and then I had blood clots for 2 months worth of blood thinners, and we were moving and we were renovating, and work was just insane, and there was retrenchments, and so there was a lot going on. And then this started to happen, and I thought it was actually fatigue, and so I took 2 weeks off. Only after that 2-week period did I then have the loss of being able to speak properly, and my husband thought that I was having a stroke. So we went to emergency, and within a week of staying within the neurological ward, I was diagnosed with functional neurological disorder. We didn't know what that was. All I wanted to do was get out of the hospital, to be quite honest. And that neurological ward and just the stigma around it, and being someone that I had no idea how to manage and live. That's when it all started. And literally, I was given a post-it note, and it was like, good luck. We have just opened a FND clinic, which in the scheme of things is huge, considering what I've learned since, where there's very too little options for people with FND like myself. And it took me about 5 months to get into that clinic, in which my symptoms, I had extreme panic attacks and fear of going out into public places, even cafes. I didn't feel comfortable going, even with family. I would have a severe panic attack, and then my symptoms would erupt from spasms to tics to completely not being able to speak properly and push out my words to the shakes, you name it, everything would start to happen. And so, my dog Micro has been a huge, huge, huge help for me day in, day out. I know, to help me, as well as my wonderful husband and my son. They have been absolutely instrumental, along with my good friends, through this process. I spent about 5 to 6 months waiting to get into the FND clinic, which had just opened, and it had just received a grant, so it was still, in initial trial stage. But within that 5-6 months, I literally went to about 55 different appointments, specialists, for speech, for vision, for GPs, psychiatrists, psychologists, you name it. I went to it over that period, trying to work out what was wrong with me and how to fix it. It was a very distraught period for me, and a real struggle, and very depressing, where I've kind of lost myself. And I pretty much locked myself away for the last 2 years prior to recently, when I've come out to start to speak about my journey and to share with others. And so that period now for me, I'm grateful that I was only one of 18 that got into that clinic, and were able to get the help from Dr. Mohan and his team. And really, when I talk about help, I mean just educating me on what this disorder was and what help I had, how I could help myself, how I could learn to live again. and that acceptance around what this is, because I was always solution orientated and I wanted answers and I wanted to get this fixed, but I just couldn't. And it's only post that period and then saying, you know what, if this is how it's going to be, well, then we're just going to do it this way. And we went on a holiday. It was an amazing holiday. And we just went, to hell with it. Let's start living life. And really what I've done since is I've really shrunk down and slowed down hugely in comparison to where I was. And, you know, there are major things that are triggers for me, and I try and work with those, but it is a journey. And this is just part of my journey, and I want to share it, and I want to learn from others. I want to help others, and I definitely want to advocate for this illness, disorder that is so debilitating, yet so little is known of, and the support available to people to get on with their lives and live a normal life. I mean, I don't even know what normal is anymore. But I'm just grateful. I'm grateful for what I have. I'm grateful for every day, and it changes your perspective. When you have lost everything in way of yourself and your capabilities and your mind, coming back, you are so grateful for everything and everyone that is important to you in your life. So I look forward to speaking with you and connecting with you on this journey. I hope you're well. You take care. Bye.